Milaca football is celebrating over 120 years in the making. This started back in 1903. At this time, the Milaca Football Booster Club would like to do a special shout out to some of their sponsors. Our Alpha Wolf sponsor is Milaca Meats. Local legend sponsors: Parcel Real Estate, Jort Excavating, Will's Lawn Care, G. Edward Schramm Foundation, First National Bank of Milaca, Shack Boys, Rail Heating and AC, Viernick Farms and Diesel, Quick Trip, and Extreme Coating Epoxy.
Is a presentation of KBEK Sports. KBEK Sports. 95.5 FM. The free downloadable mobile app. Video coverage via YouTube stream. And brought to you in part by the Milaca Football Boosters. Live from Claffey Field in Milaca. It's time for Wolves football.
Here in Milaca as we get set for tonight's matchup here between the Wolves and Watertown-Mayer. Glad you could join us on this beautiful Friday night. We're going to have our pregame coming your way from Claffey Field here and a gorgeous evening. So glad you could be a part of this. Wolves come in, brand new season. We'll start things strong. We'll hear from the head coach when we return on KBEK 95.5 FM.
Everybody loves a small town feel, and with Yort Excavating, you get just that. They are a 4-generation family business serving central Minnesota and beyond since 1955. Digging done right from small dirt projects to big excavating projects to trucking and materials. They truly can handle it all while playing in the dirt. So what are you waiting for? Get that project done right with Yort Excavating in Milaca, where there is no job too big or small for Yort Excavating. Check them out online at yortexcavating.com.
Life's busy. Quick Trip makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks. Hey, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Need gas? We've got fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus perks like free ATMs, no hidden fees, and free air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track. Stop in to Quick Trip today.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today. That's great tasting pizza.
And welcome back, Andy Beckstrom here. We're now with Coach Tallberg here as we get set for the opening night kickoff with Watertown-Mayer. Coach, thanks for joining us here in the pregame. I want to talk a little bit about, first and foremost, just a beautiful day. It's nothing better than having a nice cold night for football, but the early season is still pretty nice in the early fall.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do is have your first night, one of them hot, humid things, and the kids aren't used to playing, so yeah, couldn't ask for a better night.
Before we look forward too much, let's look back a little bit. Last year finished 3-7, kind of a slow start to the season, but had some promise. Won a couple of games at the end of the year, including a win over the top of Mora in the first round of the playoffs. What are some of the things that the kids are bringing momentum forward from that squad?
You know, that was huge for us because it got some of our younger kids that were playing some experience with some wins and kind of got them to play harder and to get that feeling to be successful at the end. So I think it was big for our kids.
You talk about having some of that experience with success. You have 8 seniors that were probably in and around the team that had a lot of success a couple years ago, going to state and being involved with that. If nothing else, knowing some people on the roster. What has the leadership been like from those guys?
Yeah, it's been a good leadership this year with these seniors that we have. You know, there's been a few of them that haven't played, but I've been really excited with how they've come out every single practice and led the team well.
Coming into the first night of the season, a lot of changes, a lot of new faces. Who are some of the people that we should be looking for tonight?
You know, we've got an exciting group of running backs this year. You know, there's a couple of them that kind of surprised us in our scrimmage, a couple of them that haven't carried the ball for a couple of years because we didn't have a JV team last year. You know, so there was a few unknowns, and we were at our scrimmage, and we were pretty excited with what they showed us at last Saturday.
Do we know a whole lot about Watertown-Mayer, or are they just kind of a mystery coming into the year like most teams?
You know, looking at some film and stuff, I really think they're a lot like us. They graduated quite a few guys last year. I think it should be a really competitive game, and whoever doesn't make mistakes will probably come out on top.
Well, Coach, I thank you for your time and appreciate it, and have good luck tonight.
Sounds great. Thanks.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Mike Nelson's Auto Glass is a family-owned business for over 30 years, providing fast and reliable service for all auto glass. Mike Nelson's Auto Glass can even calibrate vehicles equipped with cameras to make sure all safety features work after the windshield is replaced. Best part, free mobile service. Yep, they come to you and offer lifetime warranty on their workmanship. When your windshield shatters, call the one that matters. Mike Nelson's Auto Glass at 320-983-6270 or check them out online at MikeNelson'sAutoglass.com.
Yeah, welcome back here into the broadcast booth here at Claffey Field. Glad you could join us on WCMP KBEK Q Media, bringing you another fun, exciting season of football, volleyball, and so many different sports out here on the broadcast. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Milaca. I'll be part of the broadcast team, along with Ethan Game Day Gilman and Adam Hefty out at our different locations. Be able to bring you another season of fantastic football. Should be a great year this year as we get set for the start of this game here in Milaca. I want to appreciate Coach Tallberg for joining us during the pregame. Chance to talk to him a little bit. Some of the changes that they've been going through with some of the youth that has been kind of turning over, and a lot of excitement. Hopefully, this year, a couple people were saying, it'd be nice to have their schedule flip-flopped a little bit just to be able to get their feet underneath them a little bit with, some different competition. But instead, they're going to start out with a tough competition in a Watertown-Mayer, and then next week, right back home here once again against Little Falls, and they are no slouch by any stretch. So, should be a fun night tonight to be able to kick things off, and then continuing on through the rest of the season as the Wolves try to develop kind of on the fly as they go. Coach Tallberg for the Milaca Wolves. On the other side, Andrew Phillips for Watertown-Mayer, the Royals. Royals are going to be in their white uniforms, blue numerals, and trim blue helmets. But the white uniforms, white pants all the way up and down. They're going to be kicking from right to left, or from where the sun is setting there in the west, kind of over towards the east. Wolves be in their home black uniforms, red numerals, and white trim. Back deep to receive, Aiden Totsky, one of the deep men, set to kick it off. They actually decided they're going to run it the other direction, so had it all teed up, had it all ready to go, but apparently we were not. Of course, the kicker is number 9, who's not on the roster. Ball is up, and it'll come down to Totsky at about the 16-yard line. He'll work his way upfield over to the far side and be brought down after a decent return back about 7-8 yards. Be first and 10 now for the Wolves, going from right to left as the play comes in from the sideline. And the Wolves will get set with their first down play. They're going to mark it about the 27-yard line, 26-yard line. Maybe nose up to the 27. They break the huddle and come to the line. Again, Coach Tallberg said that he was really excited about this crop of running backs. We'll have to see what they have in store for us tonight. Snap, and the first handoff is going to come near side, and falling forward is going to be Totsky. He'll pick up a gain of about 4 yards on first down as the quarterback Hasselberg will come over to the near side here. Correction, I think that's going to be Fullerton. He was quarterback last year for different times that they haven't listed as number out on the field. So we'll have him under center. I formation, offset I. They're going to pitch to Totsky going on the far side. He's going to be trapped in the backfield and brought down immediately. He's brought down with a pretty sizable loss. They got a decent gain on first down, but they lost all of that and more. So what was a second down and 7 now is all of a sudden a third down and 14. Ball back near the 20-yard line. Back to pass. Fullerton's going to roll the near side. Under pressure, and he's going to be dropped and sacked. Jackson Bull brings him down in the shadow of his own end zone. And that'll be the end of the Wolves' first drive here. A minute and a half gone by in the first from Claffey Field. Starting to creep behind some. See out on the field just a little bit better. Not quite behind the tree. Nonetheless, it is starting to creep behind the trees off on the clouds, I should say, off on the edge. Snap, and the kick just gets it away. Almost was blocked. Ball's going to bounce at about the 25-yard line. It's going to get a little bit of a Milaca roll, but it's going to be great field position for Watertown-Mayer as they're going to have it inside the Wolves 40 at the 39-yard line. Great field position for as the Wolves. Pretty good first play, but the next couple kind of. And handoff goes up the middle, and again, a little bit of a gain there for the Wolves, but not a lot of running room to be able to speak of. Gain of 2, almost 3 yards, up across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 8:47 to go here. First quarter of play from Claffey Field in Milaca. Andy Beckstrom on hand for your Milaca sponsors and area sports boosters. Glad you could join us for tonight's broadcast. Single wide receiver wide out to the near side. It's going to be Soren Hasselberg. Snap, handoff up the middle. And Totsky, a little running room on this one. He's going to have a first down for the Wolves. Busting right through the middle. Aiden Totsky with a ton of speed just blasted right through the middle of that line. And able to spill up to the 40-yard line. And the Wolves got something brewing a little bit here now on their second possession. Totsky will get moved out to the far side as he's directed there by Riley Larson. And a little offsides on the near side, or the far side rather. Looked like Sathry or Stender jumped on that far edge. Either way, it's going to be a penalty and another 5 yards for the Wolves. So 1st and 5 is going to assist the Wolves with a little bit shorter opportunity here on first down. Quarterback under center, wide receiver each side, I formation. Right behind, they're going to go with the fake handoff and dribble over to the near side. Gain of 1. Cramlet with the short gain. Now the sun's starting to peek behind a little bit. We got the lights turning on out here at Claffey Field. Beautiful night for some football. Grambling under center. Ball's on the ground. He's able to pick it back up, but the pile is already on him. He's going to lose whatever he gained on the first opportunity. So 1st and 5 went to 2nd and 3, and now back to 3rd and 6. Now an equipment issue from one of the offensive linemen. Ialepola has to come off. So heading out there, Zach Greaser will take over on that left tackle side. See what the Wolves dial up here now on 3rd and 6. As they come to the line, got to get set up. They just get the play off as the clock was winding down on the play clock. And handoff trying to go off the right side went absolutely nowhere. It was blown up immediately by Watertown-Mayer. A couple people in on that one. Bowl part of that. Roberts as well. And it'll be another 4th down play for the Wolves. They just could not get anything going there on that particular drive. So it'll be a 4th down and about 6, almost 7 here, and the Wolves will look to punt one more time. Snap comes back, and the kick is away. Tumbling kick over to the near side. Will bounce about the 30-yard line. Take a Wolves bounce inside the 30-yard line and be down by Archie Tebat. And that's a pretty good turn of the field there by the Wolves as they're able to get that one kicked down and at least flip things just a little bit. They got backed up pretty good and resulted in the touchdown going the other direction. Wolves able to push out a 1st down, a little bit more yardage on their second drive. Good kick and a roll. And now Watertown-Mayer working from inside their own 30. Isaacson takes the shotgun snap. Looks downfield over to the near side. Pass is complete and tripped up. Nice tackle in the open field there by the Wolves. Riley Moody with the tackle in the near side. Maybe picked up a couple of yards, but Moody on him immediately as soon as that ball popped to the outside. Call it a gain of 3, 3rd and 7, or 2nd and 7 now as Isaacson with 2 wide receivers to his left looks to hand off up the middle. That one's going to be blown up immediately. That was going absolutely nowhere. A pair of Wolves in on that one, 50 and 51 between Cooper and Redberg, blowing that one up. Wolves not allowing a lot on the ground. They gave up the big pass play in the first possession, but the second one tripped up immediately. See if Watertown-Mayer goes back to the air once again. Isaacson, he's got that spread offense, 2 split each side. Single back to his right in the backfield. He's going to roll it over to the near side, off to his right. Deep down the field over to the near side, and it's just overthrown out of the reach of the intended receiver. It'll bring up a 4th down and a good stop here for the Wolves after getting a couple of 1st downs, trying to be able to get a little momentum on their side of things. And so a 3 and out now brings up a 4th and 7 and a punt situation for the Royals. Snap and the kick, a tumbling kick over to the near side, is going to be taken on a fair catch at the 40-yard line. Brought in there by Landon Fullerton. And the Wolves, after 3 and out, will get the ball back about where they had it before. So they were able to flip the field and get it back where they were. Nothing really hurt on that one. So Wolves back on offense now. They're going to hand off up the middle, and they've been pretty good on first down, being able to get some pretty solid gains. See if they can get something going as well. So a 6-yard game, 2nd and 4 here for the Milaca Wolves as they look to get closer and closer to midfield. Fullerton under center, I formation behind him. His handoff's going to be to Totsky. Trying to slip one tackle. He's got the first down and more. Across midfield to the Watertown 45, almost to the 44-yard line. Maybe that's where we'll mark that one. Good hole up the middle, and again, Totsky, he blasts through the middle. We talked to Coach Tallberg during the pregame, and he was very excited for the prospect of what this running back core was going to be able to bring to the table. Wide receiver each side now as Cramlett checking with his up back in the I formation behind him. Wing right. They're going to fake the handoff over to the near side. Big hole now for Cramlett. Cuts it back upfield. He's got another first down and tackled forward closer to the 30-yard line. What a play there by the Wolves. It almost looked like a busted play where Cramlett came over to the near side like he was going to roll out. Nothing was there. He just tucked it and ran upfield. Big time pickup there by the quarterback. The junior here for the Wolves as they come to the line now. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Wide receiver each side, wing left. Handoff, and it's up the middle, and that one's going to go nowhere. That's stuffed up by that big interior line there, including Jackson Bull. Gain of nothing by Larson. 100 seconds remain in the first quarter of play here from Claffey Field in Milaca as the sun sets off to our west. Kind of a little bit of an angle. The sun more southwest, or northwest rather, but nonetheless, he is starting to go down. They fake the handoff one direction, and that one was going to be blown up right from the get-go as trying to come through as Fullerton coming from the near side to the far side, but the D-end on this near side was already in the backfield with his hands on him, and his smart play there, Cramlett just goes ahead and holds on to it. Loss of a couple here by the Wolves. Going to bring up a 3rd and long, see if the Wolves put it in the air. The line of scrimmage battle has been greatly or widely dominated by Watertown-Mayer, at least to this point. Wolves trying to be able to hold up at the line, be able to give the quarterback a little bit of time. He's back to pass. Little flip pass over to the far side. Is complete to Totsky. He's out into the open space, breaks one tackle, falls forward close to the first down. We'll see where they make it. Really nice play design as that rush was on. Beautiful touch on the play up over the top of the defensive end on the far side. And it is going to be a 4th down. He's just short of the first down by about a yard. So 4th and 1. Wolves have been able to move the ball a little bit on the offensive line on the ground. They just have not been able to keep some of those big guys in the backfield and out of the way. Nonetheless, that play is going to last until the second quarter, though, as the first one comes to a close. We'll come back for the second quarter of play when we return back here to Milaca on Nice 95.5.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. Coaches, when you need space that's air-conditioned or heating with enough room to get in some team training, book Here's the Pitch. Fixing swings, catchers using the state-of-the-art machines, breaking in bats, whatever the team needs to dominate next season. Let Here's the Pitch elevate their game. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Parcel Real Estate knows there is no greater journey than the one to purchase or sell commercial real estate or a business. CEO Sam Johnson can provide you with commercial sales, investment sales, landlord-tenant representation, and business sales. Parcel Real Estate is a full-service real estate and business brokerage firm providing services in central Minnesota. With his do-whatever-it-takes work ethic, this is a business decision you won't regret. Find Sam Johnson online at parcel.properties today.
Need a prescription or medication advice? Wellia Health's community pharmacies in Mora and Pine City are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our friendly pharmacists are here to answer your questions and to help with prescription transfers. Call us at Pine City 320-322-5141 or Mora 320-679-3999 or visit welliahealth.org.
Wellia Health, one of our Nice 95.5 Milaca sponsors. Want to thank them and many more for being a part of tonight's broadcast. 4th and short here for the Wolves. They get it to the line. Totsky pushes hard. That line tries to fall forward. He's going to be awfully close. We don't have the virtual measurement out here. They actually have to bring the chains in if they want to measure out here. A couple of the Milaca coaches saying that he got it. But I think they are going to bring the change in from the outside. So they're going to grab the chains, bring it out. Going to be awfully, as I mentioned, it was going to be about the nose of the football, and it was. So, especially in that area. But to no avail. First handoff goes up the middle, and that's not going to go hardly anywhere. Wolves pretty good penetration there on first down, limit the damage. About a yard and a half on first down. Bring up second down now for Watertown-Mayer. Just underway. Assisting him kind of in the area is going to be Drake Haas, but Redberg has been in a bunch of places so far tonight, making his name heard. Getting in there from that linebacker position. As we work now for a 3rd down and 6, almost 3rd and 7. 4 wide receivers set. Single setback to the right of Isaacson. He's going to roll to his right. Flag comes down in the area of holding. Ball down the field is going to be complete on the far side of the field. First down and more across midfield. But in the backfield, we're going to have to wait and see what this is going to be. Get the official here on camera. It is going to be holding, and nice rollout strike thrown by Isaacson. But it's going to go for naught as a 10-yard penalty is going to back it up well behind where they were. So 3rd and 6 becomes 3rd and 16. Back at the 16-yard line. So now a big hole for the Royals. See if they try to run a similar play that they did last time. Worked on a little down and out there. Back to pass. It's going to be a similar type of just dump off. Looked like they were going to try to do the screen that Milaca did, but their running back fell down, and when he went down, Redberg just laid on top of him, not allowing him to be able to do anything. And all that Isaacson could do is just throw that ball right at him and just hit the ground. So Watertown-Mayer set to punt once again. High pump. It's going to be well short. And a good bounce for the Wolves. That one's going to go back inside the 30-yard line. Huge play there for the Wolves. So Wolves will be a benefactor of a big bounce going the other direction. 10:07 to play here. First half of action from Claffey Field in Milaca now as the Wolves come to the line. Pair wide receivers to the near side. One to the far side. Handoff will go up the middle. And again, Totsky, no, that's going to be Larson bouncing off bodies and pinballing his way forward. Pick up about 4, almost 5. Bring up a second down play now for the Wolves. Wolves to the line now, second down and about 6. Handoff's going to go to the up back, and Larson stood up at the line. He's trying to bust out of it. He thinks that he could have kept going, but they killed that one just due to it being pretty much wrapped up. They went with no forward progress at all and just whistled that one dead. So it'll bring up a third down and 6. Ball nose up to the 25-yard line. 9 minutes to play first half. Wolves would really like to be able to punch something in here and get some momentum going on, or keep some momentum on offense. They're able to move the ball a little bit on their second possession, moved it a couple of other times on their third possession, but gave it up on a fourth down play that was awfully close to a first down. This one here on their next possession, a little flip out to the far side. This is going to be a first down and more. Inside the 10, juke move and diving towards the end zone. Just short is going to be Landon Fullerton. Beautiful play for him. It'll be a first down for the Wolves. Beautiful pitch out to the far edge there by Cramlett. Right on the money for Fullerton to be able to just turn that one up and sprint towards the goal line. And the Wolves now in business, first and goal from the 6-yard line. Fake the handoff, and I think that's a blown-up play there as all of a sudden into the backfield was a whole host of white jerseys. Cramlett looked to kind of try to hand that one off. I think he'll try to get away from it to the outside as well, but he had people in his lap immediately. Not much he could do with that one at all. See what the Wolves decide to do here now on a 2nd and 11 as they lost a healthy chunk of yardage. Back to pass. Flipped over to the near side, just out of the reach of Totsky. 7:40 to go now on the incomplete pass. Brings up a 3rd and goal from the 11. Wolves come to the line now, 3rd and goal. Opportunity to be able to put some points on the board if they can get the ball moving forward. Maybe be able to rolling to the near side. Rushes on. Short is Soren Hasselberg. Made a nice catch and he turned it upfield. What a run around and throw that one upfield. But he's going to be just short of the end zone. It will be 4th and goal now. Seven minutes. Wolves under center. Larson is absolutely stuffed. He'll go back to the 5-yard line. And that's where Watertown-Mayer will take over on downs. Great drive, though, by his. Just not enough to be able to punch it in against that stout line of the Watertown-Mayer Royals. So 6:49 left to go in the first half. 7-0 in favor of the Watertown-Mayer Royals here at Claffey Field. Andy Beckstrom on hand for Nice 95.5. Glad you could join us for tonight's broadcast. And the Royals take over once again, going from right to left. They're going to fake the handoff and then pitch it to the far side. Just a little bit too tall for the intended receiver. Bring up a 2nd down and 10. Watertown-Mayer breaks their huddle, comes to the line. As the Wolves face now a 2nd and 10 defensively. Pitch to the far side, trying to cut the ball upfield. A little bit of running room about the 8-yard line. Hasselberg and Moody in on the tackle. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 now after a gain of 4. Ball just shy of the 10-yard line, so still in the shadow of their own end zone. Wolves with a stop here would be able to keep that field flipped in their favor. Shotgun snap, rolling left. Isaacson looks downfield. No rush, really. Now it starts to close in on him, and he's going to be tackled, but not before he's able to get a 1st down. He rolled to the near side, and as soon as he turned upfield, he just had a little bit of extra space to work with and took off. Tackled hard up against the Milaca sideline, so the training staff will come out and attend to him. While they do that, we'll step away. 5:57 to go here in the first quarter of action. We'll be back on Nice 95.5.
Rail Heating and Air Services, all makes and model heating and air, is a Trane dealer offering new installation and replacement with Trane furnaces and air conditioners, always providing free estimates for replacements. Right now, Rail Heating, call today at 320-261-24.
Winning options, find guidance, park, or even cremation. Methvin has the resources to facilitate everything from start to finish. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Sandstone, and Isle. Or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com. Serving our community since...
Come off, at least for one play. We'll see off the field. But nonetheless, they are now to their 2nd quarterback. Shotgun snap. Handoff goes up the middle, and a short gain. So now it's going to be a 2nd down and 9 for the Wolves. Or for Watertown-Mayer, rather. Back to pass. This is going to be aired out over the top. What a catch on the over-the-shoulder grab. And this is going to be the extra point. Tough break there for the Wolves as backup quarterback comes in and throws an 88-yard bomb. Extra point up and coming now here as Bogema will have it set to go. Snap spot. And kick is up and good, and it's 14-0 in favor of Watertown-Mayer. 4:59 to go here in the 2nd quarter of play from Claffey Field. Wolves go from a potential to be able to flip the field in their favor to giving up a deep touchdown pass. And now trail 14-0 as we work towards the end of the first half. 14-0 in favor of the Watertown-Mayer Royals here on a beautiful Sports Friday out from Claffey Field in Milaca. Andy Beckstrom on hand for the play-by-play of tonight's matchup. A couple of other games going on around the area. Try to check in a little bit with Ethan and Adam Hefty as well, if we get a chance to. The rest of the broadcast team, find out a little bit more on some of the other games going on. Out of the timeout, here we go. 4th and 4. Wide receiver each side. Wing right eye formation behind the quarterback. He's going to be back. It'll go over on the other side to the Royals. With 2:25 to work now, we'll see if they try to get aggressive and put the ball in the air, if they just try to run out the clock. Ball up to the line now. It's going to be the backup quarterback. Isaacson still not in there. Pitch over to the far side. Johnson's found a little bit of seam. Set rolling to the near side once again. Set throwing down the middle field, and same intent to the near side once again. Set throwing down the middle field, and same intended receiver, and the ball a little bit behind him. Really nice arm. I think O'Neill actually is his name. Jackson probably just let the clock run out, and I think that's what the Wolves are going to elect. Down to 30 seconds remaining. They're still in the first half. And it is a thing. I have to bring up the schedule here. East Central was at Bram. East Central at Bram, nothing over Pine City at halftime of that matchup as well. Wolves trail 14-0 as well. Wolves trail 14-0 to the Watertown-Mayer Royals here at halftime, as the Royals able to get a kind of a good field position off of a not exactly a great punt. Wolves went 3 and out on their first drive, and not a great kick. The Royals had it in Wolves territory. Their first play from scrimmage, little bubble screen out to the near side, ended up being about a 35-yard gain and put him in a great position, be able to punch it in one play later for the game's first touchdown. After that, things got a little bit more balanced between the two teams, as Watertown-Mayer kind of went 3 and out a couple of different times. Wolves started to be able to move the ball. On their second possession, they got 1 first down. On their following possession, they were able to get 2 first downs and really had an opportunity to get the third first down and maybe even score, as they had it as a 4th down and 1. Just couldn't quite gain the full yard on that one. They came up just a hair short and gave it up on downs. Their following possession, they were able to get a solid drive going and flip the field. When they ended up having to punt, it pinned Watertown-Mayer deep in their own area. They went 3 and out. Another kick allowed Milaca great field position, but they just couldn't get anything going on that drive. The ensuing Watertown-Mayer possession, though, again, deep in their own area, looked like they were going to maybe give it up. It was 3rd and 10 with the backup quarterback in. And the backup quarterback, Jackson O'Neill, dropped back and threw one of the best passes I've ever seen in high school football. A beautiful high-arcing rainbow teardrop right into the hands of Jackson Bogema, and he went 88 yards for the score. Extra point made it 14-0. Wolves stalled out on their next drive, as did Watertown-Mayer, and we went to the halftime break. So a couple of opportunities there for the Wolves in the first half, but just not able to capitalize on it. Watertown-Mayer has been a pretty good force there on offense, but the Wolves able to stand tall, at least for the most part, there in the first half. 14-0. Wolves got a little bit of work cut out for them in the second half. We'll talk a little bit more about that and try to see if we can get Some updates on some other games going on around our area when we return here at the halftime report from Claffey Field on Nice 95.5.
Hey, Mark, I spent about $3,500 on heating this last winter. Whoa, sounds like you need to switch to a central boiler outdoor wood furnace like I did. A wood furnace? That sounds like a lot of work. No, not really. I have my wood delivered, and with a large firebox and a central boiler outdoor furnace, I usually just fill it once a day. Whoa, that sounds great. I heat my domestic water, garage, and I'm saving a ton of money every year. Well, where do I get one?
Northland Boiler Sales is your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Life in a chapel, maybe even cremation with an outdoor gathering. Many of these things can be taken care of ahead of time and can be affordable. Methvin Funeral and Cremation has the resources and expertise to help you plan ahead. Learn how you can make the decisions now that will make things easier for your family in the future. Methvin Funeral and Cremation in Mora, Hinckley, Isle, and Sandstone, or find them online at methvinfuneralhome.com.
CF Moto gives you everything you're looking for in off-road side-by-sides and utility by-sides. Not only does CF Moto offer comfort, but refined performance, and is found at Caswell Cycle in Mora. For those craving big adventures for off-road, CF Moto can help you get out on that next adventure with CF Moto Power Sports. Experience more together. The best place to purchase CF Moto off-road side-by-sides is Caswell Cycle. The fun starts here. Caswell Cycle, Mora. Motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides can be dangerous to operate. Review all product manuals, labels, and safety information before operating. Always wear your safety gear and never operate a CF Moto vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Visit cfmotousa.com for complete training and safety guidelines.
Your journey to a smile you'll love forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Lightforce braces or Invisalign clear aligners. With locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you'll embrace forever.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, man, I'm ready for the season.
Hey, guys, you gonna finally let me in on the big hunt this year?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
Honey, there's a lot of preparation that goes into hunting.
Preparation, huh? Like
getting to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn in Mora so I can have the right gun, scope, blind, and stand. And no matter what caliber I'm shooting, Bob always has the right ammo.
Thanks, boys. I went to Almost Yours Gun and Pawn. They have everything a hunter needs to be prepared.
Okay. I do love Almost Yours Gun and Pawn.
907 Union Street, Mora.
Are you tired of spending your weekends on yard work? Central Outdoor Services in Pine City is your complete solution for all things outdoors. From perfectly manicured lawns to stunning landscaping and patio installations, we've got you covered. Need a boulder wall, some light dirt work, a fire pit, or even reliable snow removal in the winter? We do that too. Central Outdoor Services is here to give you back your free time so you can enjoy your yard instead of working on it. Visit centraloutdoormn.com to learn more or give us a call today.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
I'm Ebony.
I'm Megan.
And I'm Alicia.
Together, we're dapper and divine. Whether you're looking for bold color,
fresh cuts, or laid-back vibes,
we're all about hair that feels like you.
At Dapper and Divine, we want you to leave our salon feeling confident,
fun, and effortlessly gorgeous.
Dapper and Divine, on the corner of Main Street, Pine City, across from the Bottle Shop. Right now, get $2 off your kid's haircut till the end of September. You know, back to school time at Dapper and Divine.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch in North Branch, the area's premier indoor batting cages and training facility. State-of-the-art pitching machines for softball and baseball. Rent cages with machines or bring your own pitcher. Here's the Pitch also offers instruction from experienced players. And Here's the Pitch has enough room for coaches to bring the whole team for training. Here's the Pitch in the North Branch Outlet Mall.
Here's the Pitch in North Branch, one of our Nice 95 sponsors. Want to appreciate them being a part of the broadcast and helping us out with all the games. We're going to try to bring you a ton of games here this fall, as expanded our broadcast team and our broadcast reach, and kind of adding a handful of different schools. Some different games we're going to try to bring you as we work our way through the fall season. Do have the replay option as well, so a lot of things we got going on here. We're going to try to have also a check-in, a live check-in thing we're going to roll out here in the next couple of weeks, so it should be a lot of fun here as the broadcast teams add some different features to the broadcast out at the ballpark. 14-0 is our score here at halftime as Watertown-Mayer leads the Milaca Wolves here on their home opener. Beautiful night for some football. And got Claffey Field right in front of us. You go a little bit further than that, you got the baseball field. Home of the Wolves over there as they play their spring sports out on the baseball field. Taking a look on the far sideline there, as I do not see Isaacson. I don't necessarily see him warming up. They got a fairly large roster. I don't necessarily see him warming up out there at all. But warming up under center and tossing is the 6'8 junior Jackson O'Neill. So I would assume that it'll probably be him starting in the second half. But again, we'll have to wait until the half actually starts. As I do not, again, as I mentioned, I don't see Isaacson out there at all, number 15. So presumably it'll be O'Neill under center in the second half once again. But he looked pretty good in the handful of opportunities that he had to throw the ball downfield in the first half. And he looks pretty smooth, pretty good arm over on the far side as he's throwing it 25 yards, just a smooth throwing motion and a nice spiral on that ball. So I think that'll probably be who's under center in the second half for the Watertown-Mayer Royals. On the other side of things, you think about the Wolves and what they got to do in the second half. They have to come up with some sort of answer to be able to control the line of scrimmage, is really what the difference is in the ball game. And the few plays that they were able to get into the backfield, they looked really good. And the handful of plays that they were not able to get into the backfield, that's when Watertown-Mayer was able to do their damage, at least on the Watertown offensive side of the ball. But really both sides of the ball, the line of scrimmage has really dictated the big plays throughout the course of the night tonight. And that's been the story of the two pass plays that were beautifully done by Watertown-Mayer. There was good protection on both opportunities. Otherwise, the Wolves have been able to get into the backfield a little bit. They have been able to make some plays. Just got to get that done a little bit more consistently here in the second half. Both teams are out now getting their mandatory warm-up time worked on. As we're under a minute left to go in that, and then we'll get the second half underway. As both teams are back out and throwing the ball around a little bit, tossing it, just kind of getting warmed up for that second half of play. Both teams getting the last little bit of instructions from their coaching staffs. The Wolves with their special teams off to my left. The entire Watertown-Mayer squad on the far side of the field, a little bit to my right, getting instructions now, narrowing down to just their kick-receive team. If I remember correctly, the Royals will receive the second half kickoff. We're located up in the press box here at Claffey Field, up behind the home crowd at about the 47.5-yard lines, about where I'm positioned at. So pretty good vantage point to be able to bring you tonight's matchup. 12 minutes up on the clock, 14-0 is the Royal lead here as we are just about to start the second half of play. Coach Craig Tallberg during halftime giving his instructions out And Andrew Phillips on the other side for Watertown-Mayer, getting his crew ready for the second half. So as mentioned, the Wolves will kick here to start the second half. Be booted away by, I believe it's Drake Haas. So Haas will kick it deep. There's the whistle and the boom. It's going to be flipped over to the near side. Ooh, what a catch out of midair by a wide receiver. I don't know if that was Varner or Plon, but a big-time reach on that one to be able to just get a piece of that one. That goes off his fingertips. Wolves got an opportunity to be able to come away with that on a, I don't know if it was intentional, but kind of a ball flipped over to the near side on a semi-unintentional onside kick. Instead, it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Royals at the 45-yard line, going from right to left in their white uniforms, blue helmets, and numerals. Wolves will defend the other end zone, black uniforms and helmets, red numerals, white trim. O'Neill pitches it to the far side. It's going to be a little halfback pass. It's going to be down the field into the hands of the receiver on the far side, and a pickup of 20 on 1st down. Danielson hauls that one in on the deep reception. A little trickery here to start the second half for Watertown-Mayer as they get that 20-yard pass play. Just 30 seconds in. Kind of a busted play there as O'Neill tried to pitch that one to the outside. He's just going to keep it himself and work it to the other side and gets tackled out of bounds, but not before he picks up 12, almost 13, and another Royal 1st down. So 2 plays, 2 first downs here for Watertown-Mayer, as the Wolves look to try to get something going on that defensive line, maybe get into that backfield and disrupt things a little bit. O'Neill hands the ball off up the middle, and decent penetration, but they missed the tackle to the outside to the end zone, and short of the end zone will be Tufte. Tuft is going to be just short of the goal line, but a really nice run to the outside as he just took it from the inside to the outside, hit that interior, and then bounced it right to the edge. So it's going to be a 1st and goal now from the 1-yard line. And they're going to hand off to the tailback and plunging forward for the touchdown. And it's going to be a 20-0 lead now for Watertown-Mayer, pending the extra point. Pending the extra point here, oncoming. Snap, spot, kick, good. And it's a 21-0 lead for Watertown-Mayer. 11:13 to play here in the second half, the third quarter of play here in Milaca at Claffey Field. Andy Beckstrom on hand for the call of tonight's game, as the Wolves need to come up with some sort of answer here as they trail 21-0 starting the second half of play. So Wolves set to receive. Fullerton and Totsky back deep for the Pregame kick.
So at halftime, there was 30 of us that were in the bathroom.
That one's going to be a very high, kind of a pooch kick. Batted around a little bit and finally smothered by Bjorn Hasselberg. Went straight up in the air and didn't really go anywhere. So the Wolves will have it now, looking to try to get something started on offense here in the second half. 34-yard line. They were able to move the ball a little bit and get some stuff going in the first half. Just couldn't quite cash in for points at the end. See if they can do a little bit more damage here in the second half. Fake handoff, pitch to the outside. Ball's on the ground. And Watertown-Mayer, I think, has it. They're all pointing that direction. And they do. It was just an inside-out type of play. They faked the handoff inside and tried to pitch it to the outside. And went off the pads of the intended back. I believe that it was Moody on that outside that kind of took it up high and didn't catch it with his fingertips. And ball hits the turf and it goes over to the Royals, who now have it 1st and 10 at the Milaca 30. Shotgun set, back to pass, looking over the middle. That one's going to be well high. Probably a better chance to catch that one is going to be Soren Hasselberg. But O'Neill tried to pitch one over the middle, but sailed it just a little bit high. Second down and 10. As the Royals come to the line, 2 wide receivers to the near side. Tight end right. Offset eye in the pistol with O'Neill. Fakes it one way, hands the other direction, and nothing doing on that one. Trying to dive forward to the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing. Third down and 10 at the 30-yard line. Be a big stop here if the Wolves are able to hold them. I think we're probably in maybe 4-down territory deep in Milaca zone. We'll see if they maybe try to do something else, but handoff's going to go up the middle once again, and a little bit of running room will get across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Moody with the tackle on Johnson, and it'll be a 4th down and 3, so Royals almost guarantee are going to go for it. Little equipment issue on the far side, but Burrow's able to get his helmet snapped back in. 4th down and short here for the Royals. O'Neill, he looks over the middle. Quick hitter over to the near side. Pass is complete. And it's going to be a 1st down pitch and catch. Tufte able to come away with it, and they needed 4. They got 6, and they're going to be inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Wolves are able to push him to a 3rd down, but as now Brock Thiessen into the game as a couple of Wolves come off with some cramping issues, getting stretched out on the sidelines. Back to pass, standing straight up and caught by the tight end and into the end zone for the touchdown. Not sure if it's Varner or Splon, but O'Neill just stood straight up in the air. We did not seem to be having any issues, but threw that one over the middle and just kind of kept it high with the hands and Varner able to come down with that one for the touchdown. Going to be an 18-yard touchdown reception. Extra point, snap, spot, kick, up and good. Makes it now 28-0 in favor of the Watertown-Mayer Royals. Again, Wolves trying to figure something out here against this really tough ball club. And we talked with Coach Tallberg about it before the ball game, about what they were going to have to look for and what they were going to have to do. And the running game was definitely a factor, but the way they were able to throw the ball, not only with the starter Isaacson, but now with O'Neill in relief. Wolves have broke their huddle and come out for the kickoff. .906 to play here in the third quarter, and it's been back-to-back touchdowns for the Royals. Nice kick all the way down to about the 15-yard line. It's going to be brought over to the near side. Fullerton, a little bit of running room. He's up the sideline on the near side and pushed out of bounds at about midfield. Huge return there by Landon Fullerton. Just shy of midfield is where the Wolves are going to have it. Big time return there by Fullerton to be able to get that one up near midfield. Gives a little momentum here for the Wolves. See what they can do on offense now. Wide receiver each side. Handoff up the middle. Totsky's going to get past the midfield stripe and pick up a couple. It'll bring up now a second down and about 7, maybe 6. See if they spot the ball. About the 47-yard line. So we'll mark it as a gain of 4 and a second down and 6 for the Wolves. They move left to right towards the, not exactly north, but kind of northwest end zone here in Milaca. Gramlett hands the ball off middle, and Totsky was one tackle away from busting that one. Unfortunately, that tackle is a very sure-handed one. May brings him down after a short gain, but nonetheless, it will bring up a 3rd and 3. See what the Wolves can produce here now on a 3rd down play. A big play here in the third quarter. Up to the line come the Wolves. Cramlett under center. I formation behind him. He stumbles, but he's able to get the handoff away. And a short gain by Totsky is into the heart of that line. Gets kind of stood up after a short gain, maybe a yard. Wolves are going to come to the line now. Fourth down and 3. See what the Wolves can get going, and now they got to take a timeout. Is they had brought Totsky off, but then had an extra player out there. I don't know if there's confusion over whether they were going to go for it or whether they were going to punt it. A little confusion, and tried to run a player off, but on offense, as soon as you have them out there, not quite like defense where you can try to run them off right before the end. 28-0 in favor of the Watertown-Mayer Royals here on a football Thursday to open the season. Got volleyball Friday tomorrow at Pine City. Me and Nathan Game Day Gilman will have Pine City and Milaca volleyball. Hope you can join us for that. Still a 4th and 3 here for the Wolves as they look to try to get some consistency going. They've been able to move the ball a little bit throughout the course of the day, but just have not been able to cash in the end zone. Right now it'd be a chance to be able to move the ball, but it looks like they're going to set up to punt the ball. That's what they're set up as. Snap comes back, and it's going to be a rollout to the near side. Ball thrown, and it was a little bit low and also out of bounds. And sliding, I don't know whether or not Schmitz came up with it clean or not, but he was a good 2 yards out of bounds. May have skimmed the turf a little bit, but a nicely designed fake and just couldn't quite collect on the opportunity. And turnover on downs will go over to the Royals. 1st and 10 now at the 43-yard line. O'Neill, the quarterback, comes out of the huddle and then looks to the sideline, seeing if they're maybe going to adjust anything. Heavy right, 2 wide receivers and a tight end. Also the offset eye to that far side. Pitch to the edge. It's going to be on the ground, and I think the Wolves are going to come up with it. That was just some confusion there by O'Neill. He looked to the other side. It looked like it was just going to be a halfback toss, but he pitched it to the fullback who was looking for a block. It went off of his back, and it was recovered by, I believe, Jackson Burrows. Just more of a look what I found kind of play. The only question that you can maybe make on that one is whether the toss was backwards or forwards, on if it was maybe a pass if it went forward, but the officials got together on it and they said that he tossed it backwards, and it'll be a turnover, the first of the night on Watertown-Mayer, and the Wolves will be back in business about where they had it before. Pitch over to the near side. Totsky trying to get the edge, cuts it back upfield, runs over a linebacker, and he's able to pick up 2 down to the 41. Totsky, part of that talented running back crew that Coach Tallberg was talking about in the pregame. Riley Larson and Riley Moody, also part of that nice solid group that they have coming from the backfield. So we got a 2nd down at 8 now. Wolves to the line, wide receiver each side. Eye back behind Cramlett. He's back to pass. He's going for the home run. Ball down the far side. Got him in, and it goes off the hands of Hasselberg. He had him out there. Pass was perfect on the money. Hasselberg, right as the ball was being released, was able to get a step or 2 separation, but just could not get his hands in the right position to be able to come down with that one cleanly. Really nice play, and it just about worked out beautifully. So to bring up now a 3rd and 8 for the Wolves. Wide receiver each side, wing right, I formation behind Cramlett. He's back to pass. Rushes on, looking for a little screen. It's going to be a little too far, tipped out in front, and that one falls, thankfully for the Wolves, harmlessly to the ground as the intended running back over the middle is now slow to get up. But there is a penalty on the play. And it'll be a 1st down play now for the Wolves. And I think some cramping out there as the training staff comes out to try to work on him. Not sure if it was Totsky or who it was, but 5.5 to play here in the third quarter. As if nothing else, with the cramping, it allows the rest of the players to be able to hammer some of that water and try to be able to stay at least mostly hydrated. You also see on this near sideline Nick Schmitz, who had that ball kind of skip into him on the 4th down play, the fake punt. Also working with Coach Broberg, trying to stretch out his calf as well. So trying to get things stretched out a little bit. It was Landon Fullerton, that little ginger coming off. And with the penalty that was all but forgotten prior to the injury timeout there, a penalty against Watertown-Mayer results in a first down play. Was 3rd and long, but ultimately becomes now a first down here for the Wolves as they're able to keep the ball and keep working on offense. Ball at the 26-yard line now. Wide receiver each side, wing left, I formation. Back to pass Cramlett. Blitz is picked up. Cramlett rolls out to his left. Now looks downfield. Pass a little too high and almost picked off. Reaching up after that one, Cullen May. The pass just a little bit too tall for the intended receiver, Jonathan Anderson. That ball was kind of maybe trying to be a little quick hitter there on the pass to the outside, but ends up being covered up and forced Cramlett to leave the pocket and scramble a little bit. Now offset to the near side. Wing and tight end right, as well as the wide receiver. They're going to try to run to this near side. And a little bit working on this near side, but Totsky eventually covered up after a gain of about 2. He'll get inside the 25 to the 24. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 as we approach 5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter of action. Andy Beckstrom on hand here for a nice 95-5 at Claffey Field in Milaca. Thanks so much for joining us out here on the broadcast. We'll be here each and every time for Milaca football, courtesy of the Milaca Football Booster Club and the Milaca sponsors. Want to thank all of them for being a part of it. Snap, Cramlett. He tried to hand that one up, but there is nobody there, and he gets wrapped up immediately and hauled to the turf. And it is still early season, so these boys have only been practicing a short time, but there have been a handful of times we've seen, really for both teams, where there's been a couple of plays that seem to have been kind of a busted play or not sure where it's going. Of course, Watertown-Mayer also working with a backup quarterback, having to now run all the plays as well. Cramlett under center. Back to pass, able to pick up one blitz. Ball over to the far side, but it's tipped at the line and falls incomplete. And that'll be a turnover on downs here for the Wolves, but deep in that territory. Wolves had a pretty good kicker the last couple of years, but has since graduated and moved on. And now, like so many other teams, you get inside about the 40-yard line, and it's 4-down territory no matter what you're doing, because a punt doesn't really do anything for you. Try to gain what you can, and hopefully you can push them back just a little deeper. Let's get O'Neill. Flips to the outside and trying to get a little running room and a first down. As the Wolves now have 2 players down with, I believe, some cramping on that far side. So we got 2 different players down now. The trainers for both squads, trying to be able to help out, stretch out some calves and stretch out some legs. 3:51 to go in the quarter, so we got a little bit more than 15 minutes, almost 16 minutes worth of game time yet to finish off this game. As they're still attending to them, as while they do that, we'll step away here in Milaca. We'll take a word from a couple of our sponsors, and we'll be back here to Milaca on Nice 95.5.
Hewitt-Jackson Real Estate, Milaca's hometown team, would like to wish the Milaca Wolves athletic programs at all levels a fun, safe, and successful season. We are proud of our local school and the kids and young adults who participate in sports and extracurricular activities of all types throughout the school year. Our Hewitt-Jackson Real Estate team of agents would like to say thank you, Milaca, and go Wolves!
Nice 95.5. Andy Beckstrom on hand here in Milaca. Claffey Field 28-0 in favor of Watertown-Mayer as we work our way through the third quarter of play. Ball went over to Watertown-Mayer, and then on a first down play, they picked up 12. Pitch to the near side now on first down, and they got another big gainer out to about midfield and a pickup of about 14 on the play. Mark it as a, no, they are going to mark it at 14. Thought they had it at 13, but is going to be up to the 46-yard line, and so that's where the Royals will have it. 3 straight first downs, or 2 straight first downs, now a third first down play. O'Neill will set up in the pistol, one behind him, wing right. He's going to hand to the man going up the middle. Not a ton going there. Yard or 2 on the play. He'll be brought down by Sawyer Schendel. Bring up a second down and 8 now. Royals to the line now, working from right to left here on your radio dial if you're checking in at Nice 95.5. Pitch to the far side, trying to stretch that one on the wide side of the field. Cutting it upfield, and a big gain going along the far sideline. Moody finally pushes him out of bounds, but not before a gain of about 15. Ball get down to about the 27-yard line, and clock will continue to roll, and so will Watertown-Mayer, as Wolves were able to hold pretty tough in the first half, but this second half, you can see the numbers, that's just the sheer numbers are a little bit bigger for Watertown-Mayer, and they're able to go a little bit deeper on their bench with a handful of their players. Wolves have been dealing with some cramping issues all night long, and trying to be able to rotate different people in there, but Watertown-Mayer has been able to take advantage of some of that, move the ball rather effectively, as now they pick up 7 and face a second down and 3. Tight end right, 2 wide receivers right, shotgun snap. Handoff's going to go up the middle and trying to push that pile a little bit. Looks like they're going to have the first down. They needed 3. They got 5. As they continue to move the ball down the field, Tufty will pick up that first down. That'll get to about the just shy of the 15 mark at the 16-yard line. On a 1st and 10 play that the Royals can still pick up another first down if they needed to. O'Neill will set up in the pistol. Almost an extra point type of setup as the double tight end and the single setback. Pitch to the far side. Tufty's going to try to be able to get the edge, and he's going to get chased down. He'll still pick up a couple, but not much more than that. Maybe a yard on the play, which is a good start, at least initially. Second down and 9 now. And now we get a whistle and some early movement on the near side. .25 seconds remain in the third quarter as they call the penalty and they wind the clock and works its way down. See if the Royals even run a play here or not. Be a second down and 14 here for the Royals, down to 8 seconds on the clock. O'Neill sets up in the pistol. Pair of wide receivers and a wing to the near side. Takes a step back, kind of a casual step. Ball knocked out of his hands. It's on the ground, and the Wolves have it. Ball knocked away, and I think it's Schendel. Yep, it is Schendel that comes away with it. The sophomore, Soil Schendel. Not sure who knocked the ball away, but he's seen the ball hit the turf, and he falls on it immediately. And the second turnover on Watertown-Mayer leads to now the start of the fourth quarter being Wolves football. We'll have that for you, and we return back here to Milaca on Nice 95.5.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Butch, Christie, and the crew at Hones Auto Body and Glass have over 44 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are iCar and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass. In Mora, Hones. They'll fix you up right.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Nice 95.5, back to the action and right out to a play immediately as the Wolves look to try to move the ball up the field and get a little bit of a nice gain there on first down. Makes up a second down and 4. Gramblett takes a snap, kind of falls as he's trying to hand the ball off. And may have lost a yard on the play. It'll bring up now a 3rd and 5. Totsky got that handoff, but again, it's been really the story of the game has been the line of scrimmage. It has been pretty much all Watertown-Mayer in this game at that line. And the times that they've been able to hold them off has been the times that Milaca's had some pretty nice gains, but they have not been able to do it consistently enough to be able to get points up on the board. Under 11 to play here in the ball game. Cramlett's going to pitch to the far side. Ball off the hands of the running back. I don't know if that was Totsky or who it was on the far side, but it dropped to the ground when Watertown-Mayer saying it's theirs, but Milaca able to scramble and get that one back. Went off the fingertips of Totsky on that one, and he loses the 5 yards he gained on first down. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 10. Likely a punt situation here for the Wolves. So 10-14 to go here in the fourth quarter of play. 28-0 in favor of Watertown-Mayer. Wolves set up to punt. They faked one to start the half, but this one they're going to kick away. It'll come down, fair catch, and caught at the midfield stripe. So under 10 to play here in the ball game. Stick with us during the postgame. We'll wrap things up and talk a little bit about where we go from here. Next up for the Wolves will be a Little Falls back here next Friday night. We'll have that game for you. Wolves will have a full week of practice. Not sure if they'll practice tomorrow necessarily, but I would assume that they would probably get in and practice over the holiday weekend. Myself, I might try to hit the state fair. We'll have to see if I end up with the time, if I'm able to make that work. Wolves starting to rotate in some of their younger players, some of their substitution players here in a 28-0 ball game. Pitch over to the far side. Cut up field, bounce into the outside, and a little bit of running room. Down the sideline he goes, and 50 yards for the touchdown. 34-0 on the touchdown. And now one of the Wolves is on the far sideline, on the Watertown-Mayer sideline, getting stretched out by one of the trainers. Back behind the play. And not that the extra point is necessarily always huge in a 34-0 game, but a 35-0 game means running time here in the fourth quarter. And it won't stop, basically, unless injury or timeout. So it could be a rapidly moving fourth quarter, although we have seen enough cramping that it's caused enough stoppages throughout the course of the ball game.
No, eighth.
So the injured player, Moody, up off the turf and able to get off underneath his own power. I'm sure he'll probably continue working on stretching things out on the near side. So they'll let the water work off the field and get set for the extra point here pending at the end of a really nice running play. They don't have 21 on the roster here that we were given. So 21 has had a pretty good night. He was able to bounce that one to the outside and just outrace everybody down the sidelines for a 50-yard touchdown. Extra point set now for Bogema. Snap, spot, kick is blocked by the Wolves. So, blocked kick leaves the score now at 34-0. And the Wolves will get it back now on the kickoff after the punt and the one-play 50-yard drive. .9:46 to go here in the fourth quarter. As the Watertown-Mayer Royals will punt to kick it away, or not punt, but they will kick it away, rather, to the Milaca Wolves. 34-0 here in Milaca. It was 14-0 after halftime. Wolves played pretty well in that first half, just could not quite finish off drives with points, but after a 4-and-out, they were able to get first downs on pretty much every other possession that they had. Just couldn't, again, come away with points. Kick will be a high kick. It'll come all the way down through the arms of Toski. He'll scoop it up at about the 10-yard line, try to make a man miss, but instead he's smothered at about the 16. Wolves will have it now at the 16-yard line, right to left, towards the entrance end of the football field here at Claffey. $9:40 to play here in the fourth quarter. It'll be a 28-0 ball game. Wolves set in their huddle as they come to the line and look to get set. Cramlett under center. He's going to hand to the up man. It's going to be Riley Larson trying to get that one to the outside, try to hit that hole in the middle, and you want to kind of go layer by layer. You get past that defensive line, and then you want to try to bounce to the outside, get yourself some space, and get yourself kind of the sideline to work with a little bit. Cramlett snapping the hand up the middle, and Totsky into the middle of that pile, and after a pickup of 6, looks to be close to a first down. I think he's got it. Yep, it's going to be a pickup of 5. And a Milaca Wolves first down. One of their first of the second half. Haven't moved the ball quite as well as they did in the first half, but they have had some moments where they have been pretty good, just haven't been able to move the ball very effectively, especially in the second half. 8.5 to play here in the ball game. Wolves come to the line now, 1st and 10. Ball nose up to the 32-yard line. Wide receiver each side. Back to pass Cramlett. Blitz picked up. Pitched over to the near side. Just a little bit too tall for Hasselberg. Intended for Soren, and the ball sailed a little bit on Cramlett. With 8:19 to play, the Wolves will face now a 2nd and 10. I think I'd said the ball at the 32. It's about 5 yards back of that. The 27-yard line is where the ball is at. Cramlett under center. Hands the ball off now, going off right guard. Trying to be able to pick up a little bit there. Toski will pick up a couple yards. They call it a gain of 2 and a 2nd down and 8 for the Wolves. Clock continues to roll now, under 7:50 to play in the ball game. Ball is now nose up to the 30-yard line. 2 wide receivers come trotting over to the near side, one to the far side, I formation right behind Cramlett. Takes the snap. Going to fake the handoff, keep it himself. Bounces to the outside over to the near side. A little bit of running room, gets up to the 40 before he is shoelace tackled and slides down. That'll be a pickup of 10 on 2nd and 8, and it'll be a first down for the Wolves as they continue to move the ball here in the second half. Wide receiver each side, and it's going to be a wing right, tight end left, I formation. Handoff up the middle, ball pops out. I think the Wolves got back to it again. But it almost looked like it was kind of a RPO drag handoff a little bit. Eventually ends up getting covered up by Redberg. Wolves to the line now. 2nd down and 9. They still gained a yard on the fumbled exchange. Fake the handoff up the middle. Cramlett misses, makes one man miss. Bounce to the outside. Got a little bit of running room if he's got one man to beat. And that one's going to push him out of bounds as that angle got closed down in a hurry along that far sideline by Bogema. Nonetheless, it'll be a 1st down to the 19-yard line, pickup of 22. 1st down for the Wolves in some of the best field position they have had all night long. Cramlett hands the ball off up the middle. Totsky trying to push that line a little bit. Be close to a pickup of 5. And now we got some more cramping. I think it might have been actually Moody on the carry on that one. And Totsky will come off the field under his own power. And with 5:58 left to go, the Wolves will resume once they get everybody kind of cleared off. Wolves come to the line now. Cramlett under center, wide receiver each side. I formation backfield, wing right. They're going to fake the handoff to the first guy, and Cramlett will just follow him through the hole, trying to just use the momentum of that interior. Pickup of maybe a yard, maybe 2. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 3.5, almost 4 yards here for the Wolves. So Wolves looking to try to be able to cash in. Again, they've been in this situation a couple of times. The drive is stalled out. They had one of them where they got down to about the 3-yard line, but just not able to punch it in at the end. Cramlett under center. Pitches to the near side. Moody has it. He scoops it down, cuts it up the middle of the field, and dives inside the 5-yard line. It'll be another 1st down and goal for the Wolves at about the 3-yard line. Nice pitch play and good vision there by Moody to be able to see that, see where the block was, cut it back into the middle of the field, and try to just plunge forward for as much as he could get. Gives the 1st down to the Wolves at the 3-yard line. Looking to be able to put points on the board here as we got a little more than 4.5 to play in the 4th quarter. Cramlett grabs it, takes it himself, trying to be able to just push that line through. The officials run in from the either side, and it looks like they're going to mark him just short. So it'll be 2nd and goal now at the 1-yard line. Wolves break the huddle and come to the line now. Opportunity to put points on the board. They're only a yard away on 2nd down. I formation behind Cramlett. Wide receiver in wing right. Handoff. Moody trying to push his way through. 2nd effort. Bounces to the near side. He got stuffed a yard deep. Rolled off of that contact and tried to go to the near side on the left guard. Fell down. He's going to still be about the same place. Didn't lose anything on it, but he's going to be just short of the goal line. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 1 once again. Again, we are 4 down territory here. Wolves going to go for the touchdown or nothing. 3:18 to go here in the ball game as the clock continues to roll. Wolves to the line. Wide receiver each side. Wing left with the I formation typically behind the quarterback Cramlett. Hands the ball out to Moody, the deep man. Touchdown, Milaca Wolves. Wolves get the touchdown, and they get on the board. Looks like they're going to go for 2. Not much for a kicking game here for the Wolves. At least we have not seen anything yet tonight. 34-6 with 3:03 remaining. Cramlett under center. 2 wide receivers to the near side. He's looking that way. Little slant. Touchdown for the 2-point conversion. Got Moody on the little out route. And the Wolves get the touchdown and the 2 points to get on the board. 34-8 is your score now with a little more than 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter of play. As we said before, the Wolves have had some chances, just not been able to convert on it at all. And now they're finally able to get through on it and punch it into the end zone. And if nothing else, that's something we'll probably talk with Coach Tallberg before the game next week about his thoughts on if that kind of gives them a little bit of momentum going into next week's game against Little Falls, that they still went toe-to-toe with them. They were able to move the ball a little bit, and then they were able to score. So they got to have some confidence in the fact that they can get the ball into the end zone. So the Wolves will kick off for only the second time tonight. The other time was the start of the second half. Kick will come down, floats its way to about the 21-yard line, taken there on the run by the Royals. About a 20-yard return up to the 41-yard line, and that's where the Royals will take it over now, 1st and 10. Scored on most of their possessions in the second half. The bulk of that possession that the Wolves had wore out the majority of the 4th quarter here in Milaca. They're going to mark it back to the 40-yard line. Looks like a new quarterback out there. Trying to get that number. I think it's 21, but it might be something different. Shotgun set, and it looked like a little false start on the near side. Pitch over to the near side, and it's going to be slipping one tackle and falling forward for a few more yards. It's Oliver Sathry. Reed, the ball carry on that one. Maybe the quarterback is James Cone. It was definitely not on that previous play, so they bring another quarterback in. James Cone here calling out the signals. Pitches it to the far side. Trying to cut it upfield and get a few yards on the 2nd and 5. Brings up now a 3rd and 2. 2 minutes remaining here in Milaca as we count down the 4th quarter clock to the conclusion of this ball game. In a 34-8 lead right now by the Royals. And third play in a row, third different quarterback. Now they're going to run yet another quarterback out there, another one that's not on the list. The roster that they've given us, even the PA announcer up here in the booth has been incorrect and missing about half of the starters, unfortunately. So it's been kind of hard being able to pick out some of the names. So we apologize for anybody from Watertown-Mayer that may be checking in, especially some of the players that might not get playing time quite as often as the Royals are using this opportunity to be able to run in basically anybody that plays quarterback and rotate on every play. Instead of having the quarterback run over to get a play, they just run a new quarterback in there that has the play. And here comes Cone back in as another quarterback again. Not seeing that tactic employed very much, really ever, but it's not a bad idea to be able to keep from running to the sideline. You got to run the play in somehow with somebody. Pitch to the far side, trying to be able to cut that one up. And going to be close to a first down here for Watertown-Mayer, up close to the 40-yard line. 23 seconds remaining, and I don't know that they're even going to run another play. We'll have to wait and see if they do, as we got 15 seconds now, and it looks like the Royals might not even run a play. They're not even going to bring anything out. So that's going to be the end of the ball game here as the Wolves fall in their home opener 34-8 to the Watertown-Mayer Royals in a tough ball game for the Wolves. They played well in the first half. Second half kind of went the way of the Royals as they continued to move the ball well and handle things on their side. And that'll be the end of the ball game. We'll come back and recap things on a postgame, get you set for what's coming next. We return back here in Milaca on Nice 95.5.
Oh, I can't even think about cooking tonight. I'm so exhausted. You know what? I'll just grab Quick Trip for supper. It's easy and everyone likes it. Plus, I need gas anyway. 2 birds, 1 stone. And it's so affordable. With my rewards card, I'll save even more. Yes, I am winning tonight. Wait, the kids are totally going to want dessert. I'll grab some of their chocolate chip cookies. Maybe for later or, for the drive home. It's fine. Life's busy. Quick Trip's got you. Food's here.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
Hi, Rob. Hey, why have you been so happy lately? It's because I no longer pay for hot water. What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
A jewelry store.
Nada.
Then it's a thrift store?
Nada. A pawn shop. Nada. Another Man's Treasure is not a lot of things. What it is a place to find gently used power tools, hand tools, tires, fishing and hunting gear, motocross gear, and a ton of other cool stuff. Stop by and sell your gently used items, or buy something at a fraction of the price of buying it new. Another Man's Treasure in Becker, Princeton, East Bethel, Rice Lake, Wisconsin, or North Branch. Or visit Another Man's Treasure on Facebook and see what came in today.
Finding that missing shin guard. Remembering whether it's a home or away game. Getting the right kid to the right playing field on the right day. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple so you can worry about more important things. Like not being that fan.
Oh, come on, Raf!
That's simple human sense.
Your local auto owner's agent is Pine Insurance Agency. Visit them at pineagency.us today. pineagency.us.
Nice 95.5. Andy Beckstrom on hand back here in Milaca as we wrap things up on a post-game. Final score in favor of Watertown-Mayer, 34-8, as Coach Tallberg having some discussion with his players here after the game, and you got to bet, the conversation is probably circling around, guys, we definitely got some things to do, some things to work on, but at the same time, they were able to go right down the field, and they were able to score there at the end. They got a few things to clean up. I think they had a couple of turnovers, a couple of plays that, probably could have gone the other direction, but otherwise, I don't think that they played as poorly as 34-8 would maybe indicate. I think that Watertown-Mayer just took advantage of a couple of opportunities a little bit better than Milaca did throughout the course of the ball game. So definitely some things to be proud of and things to be happy about. Wolves will get back to work next week and try to be able to continue building on this season with a lot of youth throughout the course of this football roster and try to be able to get something going as we move our way through this season. One game in the books out of the 8 regular season that we're going to have, and it goes by the way of Watertown-Mayer. Coaching staff has walked off, and now it's the captains with the opportunity to be able to have a chat with their players and kind of set the tone going for next week and kind of go from there. 34-8 your final as the Watertown-Mayer Royals come into Milaca and bring a pretty tough offense to the game and come away with a big victory over the top of the Wolves. The first half was pretty close, just kind of a couple of big plays. Really, it was, with the difference in the ball game. The second half, though, the third quarter alone was touchdown, 3 and out, touchdown, 3 and out, touchdown, as the Watertown-Mayer Royals really took command of the second half en route to a 34-8 victory over the top of the Wolves. A lot of cramping issues out there tonight. Of course, when you still got a little bit warmer weather, it's kind of tough out there a little bit, but it looks like everybody came away mostly healthy. There was maybe one injury to the starting quarterback for Watertown-Mayer, but otherwise for the Wolves seemed to be able to come away pretty clean. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Tomorrow night for me, we'll be over in Pine City with Ethan Game Day Gilman for Milaca at Pine City Volleyball. Hope you can join us for that. If you're looking to find out where we're going to be and what station we're going to be on, go to wcmpradio.com/broadcast schedule and be able to find out more. Otherwise, follow all of the socials and be able to see what we're doing each and every opportunity you get. 30-48, your final here in Milaca. My name is Andy Beckstrom for the Q Media Sports Team. And until next time, have a good night and a good weekend, everybody.
Pizza Pub in Pine City has a pizza and salad buffet on Fridays.
Not the right vibe. Trav and the gang at Pizza Pub are a little hipper. Here we go. Take 2.
Start off your weekend right with the Friday Pizza Buffet at Pizza Pub. From 11 to 1, pile your plate high with all-you-can-eat pizza for just $12, or upgrade to Pizza and Salad Buffet for only $16. And they're now open Friday and Saturday 11 to 11 and Sunday 11 to 10. Pizza Pub, serving fresh pizza every day of the week. Come stop in.
Pizza Pub of Pine City.
Milaca football is celebrating over 120 years in the making. This started back in 1903. At this time, the Milaca Football Booster Club would like to do a special shout out to some of their sponsors. Our Alpha Wolf sponsor is Milaca Meats. Local legend sponsors: Parcel Real Estate, Jort Excavating, Will's Lawn Care, G. Edward Schramm Foundation, First National Bank of Milaca, Shack Boys, Rail Heating and AC, Viernick Farms and Diesel, Quick Trip, and Extreme Coating Epoxy.
Is a presentation of KBEK Sports. KBEK Sports. 95.5 FM. The free downloadable mobile app. Video coverage via YouTube stream. And brought to you in part by the Milaca Football Boosters. Live from Claffey Field in Milaca. It's time for Wolves football.